Are you in business with your parents or parent and you're wondering how you could buy them out when the time comes? This is a huge issue for the younger generations like millennials as their parents approach the retirement age. If this sounds like you and you're wondering what you could do as a solution to this problem, stick around to the end of this video because today we're going to do a deep dive in buying your parents out. Hi, I'm Olivia Kirk.
I'm Tim Urich. We're from Tier 1 Capital and we're here to show you how to regain control of your money.
For the best advice on controlling your cash flow, be sure to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we upload new videos twice every single week. In America, it's not uncommon to be in business with your family members. But what happens when the older generation is ready to phase out into retirement and the younger generation has to step into those shoes? How do you transition from the younger generation being employees to being in control of the business and transitioning the older generation out?
That is the age-old question. But also keep in mind, there are several issues that need to be addressed. One issue is, what happens if the founding or the older generation dies? That can be a huge financial impact to the business. Literally, all of the knowledge, connections, and information goes to the grave with that person.
As is with any issue involving family, it's not always cut and dry. First, we have the issue of death or retirement or disability of the founding member. But what happens if this founding member simply wants to cut back his hours or retire? How does the younger generation buy them out and compensate them throughout their retirement so they could afford to retire while also affording to maintain the business and their income?
But keep in mind, the older generation needs to be compensated for all the value they created over their lifetime.
Think of it this way. If they weren't transitioning the business to the younger generation, they would have the opportunity to sell the business off to someone else at fair market value. Why should it be any different because we're transitioning to a family member?
Now, surely there will be a family discount, but the older generation can also hang around, can also be contributing to the growth or the sustainability of the business. And obviously, all of that knowledge and those connections aren't just going away.
So the key all comes down to this. With proper legal planning and proper financial planning, you could ensure a smooth transition from one generation to the next. But with these steps come an additional set of issues. You see, you don't want to just have an agreement with no funding behind it, and you don't want to just have funding with no agreement behind it. Having these together gives us a whole separate issue, though, of where are you going to find the money to fund this solution?
And that's where we can help. We are specially trained to show you how to maximize the efficiency of your money so that you can get $1 to possibly do 2, 3, or 4 different duties, and in the process, make your money more efficient. Quite literally, what we're able to do is to find money within your current cash flow without having to reduce expenses or without having to increase sales or revenue in order to fund this new plan.
It all comes through the lens of making your money more efficient and leaving you in more control of your cash flow so that you're able to allocate some of that money to accomplishing your goals of buying your parents out of the business,
while still being able to operate the business and grow the business, all at the same time.
Leave us a comment down below. How do you plan on funding your business exit strategy? You see, what we found is that some simple shifts in how you're using your money could make all the difference down the road. We recently worked with a business owner who owns a manufacturing company locally. He wanted to start planning his business exit strategy for about 10 or 12 years down the line, and it was determined that the business was worth about $2.5 million.
So we started from ground zero, meaning that they had no money saved to fund his exit strategy. Now, also, part of the backdrop to this case is his son was involved in the business and his daughter was a school teacher and not involved in the business. And he wanted to make sure that if he passed away, she would be compensated in some way, shape, or form for his interest in the business. What we needed to do was to determine how much money he needed to put away in order to get that full value of his business, $2.5 million. And it was determined that he needed to put away about $200,000 per year. So now the question became, where are they going to get the money? He looked me straight in the eyes and said, Tim, If I could save $200,000, you better believe I'd have been doing that for a long time. I just can't understand where we're going to get the money. And my response to him was, what if you already have the money within your current cash flow? You're just using your money inefficiently. If I can find the money, would you fund the plan? He goes, sign me up. And that's exactly what we did. We did a deep dive into their financials. We looked at where they were putting their money, how they were using their money, how they were making purchases. And lo and behold, we didn't find $200,000. We found $240,000 of annual recurring revenue that they could use to fund his exit strategy. And in one fell swoop, we redirected money from an inefficient strategy to a very efficient strategy that was going to fund his exit strategy. But in the process, he got much, much more cash flow relief.
If you'd like to learn more about these strategies and how we could customize a plan to put them to work for your business, be sure to visit our website at tier1capital.com to schedule your free strategy session today. Or if you'd like to learn more about exactly how we put this process to work for our clients, check out our free web course, The 4 Steps to Financial Freedom. Also, if you like this video, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks so much for watching our video. And remember, it's not how much money you make.
It's how much money you keep that really matters.